Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, just a minute. Sorry about that. I hope you can hear me. All right. Thank you to today. Thank you for joining today's session. I see it's just four of us. I think we're going to give the rest of the people a few minutes. Um, she says you can't hear me. Can you hear me? All right. My apologies for that. So, welcome to this beautiful afternoon, and thank you so much for finding time to join. I can see on the chat you're saying, and now you can hear me. Thank you for confirming that, Rachel. So, let me introduce myself. My name is Linda. I'm a digital marketing specialist, and I'm going to be your trainer for the day. So, on the chat session, we'll have our moderator for the day, that is Elia. She's going to be taking up any questions, any concerns, or any feedback. So feel free to engage with her on the chat box, and she'll be able to answer your questions. So I want us to quickly introduce ourselves. What are our businesses? Where are we tuning in from, and what are our expectations from this session? Ahmed is saying no sound. Please confirm if you can hear me, because I'm getting different answers. You can hear me, you can't hear me, or maybe that was from. All right. Okay, it's confirmed you can hear me. All right. So I'm waiting to see you to see your introductions on the chat. So who is in the call today? I see we have Rachel, Moati, we have Shaziam, we have Frederick Kimanthi, we have Ahmed, we have Anne Mutuku. Kindly let us know where you are tuning in from. How is the weather there? How are we doing? How are our energy levels? So I hope that this is going to be a very interactive session. So I'll be looking in the chat here and there so that I can see how you're interacting with my moderator. All right. Okay, so without maybe much ado, I think the rest will join us as we move on, right? So our topic for the day is build your brand and sell online, but with a focus on website and e-commerce. All right. So I will be sharing how we can use our website to increase our sales, to better our business in terms of generating more sales, in terms of uh, of creating awareness for our brand. All right. Okay. So give me a minute to share my screen. Uh, So just confirm if you can see my screen. So my screen is coming up. So like I said, our topic for the day is build your brand and sell online with a focus on website and e-commerce. All right. So what are we trying to achieve at the end of this session, or what is going to be our agenda? So like I mentioned, we want to see at how we can establish our brand online, okay? Because I think we are all aware of how the world is changing, of how every business now is conducting their businesses online, all right? So I want us to do that. So we're going to look at how to establish your brand online. We're also going to be looking at how to develop your e-commerce offering. And lastly, we are going to see how we can use social media to promote our website, because these are two tools that you can use together so that you promote each one of them on the other. All right, so I see the introductions coming in. I see Wangare Jenga. She's the owner of Kali Solutions. Thank you so much, Wangare, for joining. Let me see who else is there. I see we have Shaziam. I had mentioned Sajiam. I had mentioned Frederick. So maybe you can just tell us your business and where you're tuning in from. All right. Okay, so let's look at the next slide. So at this moment, I would like to give you guys a platform where you can register and benefit from a 5-day training that is from Monday to Friday. That is a boot camp with Google. All right. So with this platform, you're able to come into with a group of people and listen to topics ranging from revenue all the way to creating a business growth plan, all the way to digital marketing, all the way to applying for funding, and even pitching for success. So just from the topics, you can tell that it's something that can really benefit your business. So my moderator is going to be sharing that link on the chat. So feel free to sign up. It's free. All right. So just sign up, and if your business is successful, you'll be contacted. All right. So I would want to hear from you guys. So how do you currently market your business? Yeah. So what do you do at the moment? So what are you doing in terms of marketing your business? How are you getting new customers, for example? So basically, I want you to share with us on the chat session. So my moderator will be able to take it up. So please tell us how at the moment you're marketing your business. So I would want to hear from you. All right. So there are a few ways that you can market your business. Just a moment. So there are a few ways that you can market your business. Yeah. For example, you could be having a website. That is one. You could be, for example, promoting it on social media. All right. So I'm waiting to see your answers on the chat so that I'm able to see that we are together. All right. So how do you currently market your business? Let me see if we have any answers there. Do you have any answer? Let me see. Can you guys see my screen? I'm thinking it has disappeared from my end. I can't see it as well. All right. So how do you currently market your business? That is the question I'm asking. I'm hoping that it's going to come back. Please confirm if you can see my screen. So I see we have some answers coming in. So on the chat, I see Frederick saying through Facebook, Google website. So by Google website, do you mean your Google business profile, Frederick? He also says Instagram. These are good answers. I see Shaziam M saying social media. Canis is saying social media and recommendations. I see we have Joe from Machaka Group. Thank you for joining, Joe. Karibu sana. All right, so thank you guys for sharing this. So actually, these are some of the things that we are going to be looking at. So, for example, there's a person who prefers maybe to get their brand online through social media, and there's someone who has ventured into creating a website for their business. All right, we have another answer. Joe Kamau is saying brand activations and social media. We have Pamela Ambutu saying referrals and influencers. So all these answers are correct. All right. So this is our topic for the day. How do we establish our brand online? Okay. So I think how I would want us to look at this is looking at how each platform will is going to benefit our business. All right. So for example, what are the benefits that you have been able to get from social media for those who are using social media? Okay. What are the benefits that you have been able to get from, for example, using your website? Okay. So again, continue sharing that on the chat. Yeah, so continue sharing that on the chat. So let's look at some of the statistics here, because I tend to think that when you have data and when you have any statistics to go with, you're able to see like how the world is, how the market is, so that you're able to gauge like how do you come in, all right, or possibly what would you be missing out, for example, if you're not on social media, or maybe you don't have a website. So according to research, yeah, 1.79 billion people bought goods and services online last year, up from a percentage of 1.66. So this was a research done in 2017. Again, since then and now, things have really changed. But imagine in 2017, over 1.79 billion people bought goods and services online. So what does that mean? So if your business is not online, if your business doesn't have any presence online, it means that you're really missing out, because imagine a whole population of 1.7 billion and they didn't get to see your business, all because you don't have any presence. All right. It goes further to say that 97% of people learn more about a business online than anywhere else. This is so true, because gone are the days where, I don't know, we would go to the local newspapers, we would go to maybe Yellow Pages, the actual book that did exist. Nowadays they are online. So gone are those days where we would go to look for information about any business, right? Nowadays we just go to the internet. So this could be on Google, this could be on social media, yeah, this could be on these other search engines like Bing. So imagine over 90% of the people that were interviewed say that they learned about a business online. Okay, so if your business is not there, then it means that you're missing out on creating awareness for your business. And then lastly, it says that it is estimated that by the year 2040, 95% of purchases will be through e-commerce. All right, so at the moment we are already doing so much online shopping, but according to this research, by 2040, over 95%. So basically, almost all purchases will be made online. Okay, and I think we can all appreciate the fact that we have come really so far. There was a time we weren't comfortable, for example, on shopping online. Yeah, like you wouldn't go to Facebook and purchase something directly from there, or you wouldn't go to a website and add an item to your cart and go ahead to check out and purchase that service or that product, because we weren't comfortable with the idea. But now things have changed, and there have been that move of people now getting to shop online because it's convenient, because it's easy. So these are some of the statistics that you should look for when, for example, you're thinking, do I really need to be on social media? But we have said over 97% people say that they learn about a business through social media. So there is your answer. All right. So how do we benefit from being on the internet? So one, of course, our end goal as business people is to sell. Yeah. So what happens when you're now on social media? It means that people are able to see your products. All right. So if you're offering, for example, a particular service, people are able to know about that. So ideally, when you're on the internet, you're even able to make that sale. You're able to get inquiries and possibly follow up to make a sale. That is one. We are also able to buy products. So for those of us, for example, who are not selling, we are able to buy from them. So one of the basic uses of the internet, like I said, is to sell products and services. So online selling, it eliminates the need for the business to maintain a brick and mortar store in some cases. For example, you don't have to have a physical shop. You can do it online and still make sales. All right. So for someone, for example, who is starting out and maybe they don't have enough resources, make sure that you have presence online and you're even able to generate income, which possibly could help you come up, or rather rent out an office space, for example. The other benefit is that we are able to advertise. Yeah. So businesses also use the internet to find new customers through online advertising. So there are a couple of ways that we can advertise. So we can use social media to advertise, where we can promote, for example, our pages. We can boost our content. Yeah. And then we can run Google Ads, for example, on our website. So all this is advertising. And the good thing with being online is that it's relatively cheaper compared to the traditional way of advertising. So, for example, if you are looking to get maybe, for example, an ad space, for example, on a newspaper or on TV, it might be expensive compared to, of course, doing the same on the internet. So that is another use. So another use of social media, or of internet rather, is that we are able to reach customers. So like I said, as compared to how it was before, where maybe, I don't know, you'll be putting up posters, and then what that means is that you will only be reaching to a small number of people. With being on the internet, you're able to access like billions of people. So we normally say that you are able to market yourself 24/7, 365 days a year, because basically that's what the internet is. So you'll always be available online. Yeah, as long as you have that presence to begin with. So what that means is that there is an untapped potential of customers who you're able to reach to. So that is another advantage of being on the internet. Okay. And then again, with the internet, you're able to address so many things about your business, which in the past could be a challenge. For example, if you're looking to do a survey, or maybe you're looking to get feedback about your product, you're able to do that online. So I cannot emphasize enough the importance of having some sort of presence online. And then the other use, or the other benefit that we can get from being on the internet, is that we are able to do research, for example, on our competitors. So you're able to see what are they doing differently from what I'm doing, how are they doing their things, yeah, so that you can borrow here and there, and you can see maybe areas that you need to improve on, yeah. And on top of, even apart from getting research on your competitors, you're able to do just general research, so that you're informed about your industry, about the current trends of your industry, so that even in future you're prepared, and you know that this is an area that I could venture into, for example, to expand your business. All right. Moving on to now the next slide, which is building an online presence. Okay, so how do we do that? Like I mentioned, there are various ways you can do that. So you can either venture onto, for example, creating a website for your business, yeah, or you can decide that I'm going to have an e-commerce platform, yeah, or you could decide to have social media. So it can be a combination of these, so that you get the most benefits. Or maybe you could say, I think my business would do well with just an e-commerce platform. So it's really actually a thing of doing enough research, of understanding, sorry, your customers, and understanding your product. So how do you think it would perform, or which platform would perform better? All right. So like I said, if they don't see you there, you could be losing out on an opportunity to increase your customer base and get the word around your business. So that is how you can build an online presence. So I want to see some activity on the chat. Let me see if we have any comment. All right. Okay. I see we are together. So now how do we go ahead and so let's look at the different types of platforms available. So I have mentioned them briefly. Yeah. So I have said that you can have your own website. And then you can decide to use social media. I have explained that. So again, with this, you just have to do an analysis of your audience so that you identify which platform is going to be better for you. Yeah. So there are businesses that are going to work well with Instagram. There are businesses that are going to work well with, for example, LinkedIn. There are businesses that will work well with Facebook. So again, it's important to first of all identify the objective that you're trying to achieve. Yeah. So are you trying to generate awareness? Are you trying to build a community, for example, around your brand? Yeah. Or are you looking to actively sell? So all that is going to inform the kind of platform that you're going to use on social media. And then the other different platform that we can use to make sure that our businesses have some presence online is online directory. So this is an online list of catalog of contacts of websites. Yeah. For example, like I did mention the yellow pages. So nowadays they have a website. Yeah. So you just go and list your business and list your website. So what that means is that so anyone who will be going to Yellow Pages, for example, to look for businesses in Nairobi, they are able to find your business there. So don't just set up your company. Don't just set up your business. Don't just set up your website and just remain with it. Please make sure that you're promoting it. Yeah. So one way of doing that, like I said, is through listing it on online directories. Yeah. We'll be looking into depth how we can do that. Yeah. The other way to get presence online is having an e-commerce platform. So a platform which allows you to sell product or service online. Yeah. So I think we have a good idea of some of these e-commerce platforms. Again, I think we are going to be looking that into more details. Okay. So again, we have some statistics here. So according to research, we have over 400 million users, that is African users actually, on the internet. Yeah. So this is second to China, guys. Like after China, Africa is the next continent with the most internet users, over 400 million. So you can see why we are saying that it's important to have any presence. Yeah. And then another one says that Africa makes up to 10% of global retail sales with an estimated value of 75 billion by 2025. So in a global scale, yeah, 10% of that revenue is generated from Africa, again, of course, through online. Yeah. And then Africa generated 16.5 billion from e-commerce alone. Yeah. So guys, you're missing out if you don't have any presence. Yeah, because this could be you contributing to this revenue. All right. So again, this was research done in 2017. So of course, things have changed. Now we are in 2022. So things have changed. This number probably has gone up because personally, even from our local experience, we have seen a difference. You can't compare 2017 and today. Yeah. Some of us, even in 2017, we weren't like that active in doing online shopping as compared to now. I'm sure each one of us, if we were asked today, have you made any purchase online? I'm sure our answer would be yes, even if it's just something small, but I'm sure all of us would say yes. Yeah. So I want to hear from you guys. Have you done any online purchase recently? So that at least we are sure that these statistics are right just from our own little survey. Yeah. So please put it on the chat. Have you done any online purchase recently? It could be yesterday, it could be last week, it could be last month. Okay. So I see there's a question. Nelson Kinoti is saying, please share examples of online directories. We are going to be doing that, Nelson. All right. Okay. All right. So we did mention that e-commerce platforms are one way that we can get online presence. Yeah. So let's look into that. So e-commerce platforms, they are basically the backbone of any online retail enterprise, yeah, because it allows the front end and back end to work in tandem and efficiently, yeah. So without an e-commerce platform, you're not really able to sell or to buy products online, yeah. So if you just have a website and you haven't integrated e-commerce, it means that people are just going to see your product, people are just going to know your service, and maybe contact you on email, or maybe contact you on call, yeah. But if you have e-commerce integrated, it means that people are able to purchase directly from the website, yeah. So that is one. And then of course, what e-commerce does, it helps bridge the B2B or B2C exchanges. So as a business person, if you have, for example, if you're going, for example, to list your businesses on Jumia, for example, which is an e-commerce platform, it means that you're able to bridge that gap where customers were not able to find your product. But with an e-commerce platform like this, it means that more people are going to be seeing your product and they're able to purchase, yeah. That is another benefit of e-commerce. And then what e-commerce does, they are growth enablers, yeah. So through which an organization can expand its e-commerce offering, yeah. And then you're able to provide a seamless customer experience. So again, like I mentioned, you are able to list your products there, you're able to list your pricing, yeah, all the available options that you have, and people are able to pick it up from there and purchase, yeah. So I see my moderator has been able to answer your question even before we get to that. She has shared some online directories, and we are going to be doing that, I think, next, yeah. So these are some of the examples that we have. Again, Amazon is, I think, is international. We have Konga, that is from Nigeria, and we have Jumia. I think we all know Jumia. So we have Akina Jumia, we have Akina Kilimall, we have Akina Gigi, yeah. So just do your research, look at their pricing, and make an informative decision. I think that is quite important. All right. So this is another thing that we can do with e-commerce. So sell your products and online on online marketplaces. So I've mentioned the Kilimall and the Jumia and the Gigi. Yeah. So you just have to set up an account on these platforms. Yeah. So again, we are not able to give you information on that. You would have to, of course, engage with them and look at their pricing. But I do know they have like a package. I think I know of Gigi, they have like a package of again, please, you have to contact them. They have a package where they give you a certain number of products that you can list. So again, like I said, it's important that you engage with these platforms if you're looking to venture into that, and then look at their quotations, look at their pricing, and just compare based on maybe the number of people who shop there, or basically just what is going to align with your budget. Okay, all right. So I think this is where the question was coming. So Nelson, so this is going to answer your question. Yeah. So a business directory is a website or printed listing of information which lists businesses with niche-based categories. So a good example here I would give is Yellow Pages. Yeah. So Yellow Pages. When you go there, they have listed businesses according to their industry categories. Yeah. So for example, if you're in retail, you'll find your category in retail. So there's retail, all these industries. There's manufacturing, yeah. There's a consultancy. So you just go there, set up an account, and list your business. So again, of course, they have charges. So again, it would be very important for you to engage with them and see what are their charges. Yeah. And then we have another one, Africa Business Page. So I think this is for, again, if you're looking to get your business listed in Africa as whole. Okay. All right, so those are some examples. So how do we get listed on an online business directory? So like I said, their processes could be different. So this is not like a standard way. So again, feel free to engage with either of them. So you can just go to the internet and get their contacts. But basically, it will include you registering your business, yeah. your business details, your contact info, which sector you're in, yeah, and then of course in which country or region or even which city, yeah. So again, it's important that you do your research and you find out which one is going to work for you. All right. So the other thing that we should do is that with the right marketing plan, especially for your business, you can use social media platforms to create successful campaigns, yeah, and increase your brand sales, increase your recognition, and generally even work on customer service. So whenever we create a website, please make sure that you're always promoting it on social media, yeah, because without promoting it, you just have it, but without you promoting it, there is no way people are going to know about it, yeah. And I think social media can help you do that. So in your content calendar, so please make sure that you're always including a link to your website so that people get to know about your business, yeah. So I'm not going to go so much into details on social media because again, like I mentioned, our topic for the day is website and e-commerce. So I just want to see if we have any question on the chat. Yeah. So Pamela is saying, I really do online unless it's Amazon and Alibaba. Oh wow, that's interesting. So you haven't shopped online in the with the local e-commerce platforms that we have. I'm curious to know why, because I know initially it was issues to do with trust. We don't trust the brands. We don't trust the businesses. Yeah. So I would want to hear from you, Pamela. So please share that. All right. Again, I'm waiting to see any questions that you have. Yeah. So as we wait for that, so let's go to the next slide. That is now developing your e-commerce offering. Yeah. So the first thing that you need to do, for example, if you're going, for example, to create a website, you need to have a domain. Yeah. So what is a domain? So a domain is basically the name of your website. So what do you want your website to be called? Yeah. It's as simple as that. So the same way you have a name for your business. Yeah. A domain is a name for your website. So what that means is your name should be recognizable. So it means it should be something to do with your business, or possibly it could be the name of your business, so that when it's out there on the internet, people are able to associate it with your business. Yeah. So when you're selecting a domain, again, you have to again to look at the different options that are there. So again, I'm going to be giving examples that are a bit local. Yeah. So if you're looking to get a domain, I know of Safaricom, they have domains. I know of Host Pinnacle, I know of Sasa Host, I know of Oracom. Yeah. So again, so all these companies sell domain. Yeah. And with a domain, you can even buy a domain without you necessarily having a website. Yeah. So you just buy a domain, and then you keep it until maybe when you're ready to create a website. Because again, you'll find that you might find that there is someone out there with your domain. So if you figure out that, it's good that you purchase it so that it's yours. Yeah. And then when you're ready to buy to create a website, you'll have a domain to use. Yeah. So you just have to register. Again, domain subscription is annually. Yeah. So you're going to use it for the 1 year, and then after that you're able to renew. Okay. So again, like I did mention examples, I think my moderator can share that as well. We have Sasa Host, Host Pinnacle. Again, please do your research, see what comes with that domain. So is there any support, for example? So it's important that you get value for your money. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then the other thing, like I said, is secure a name. So these are examples. Again, these are international. So we have GoDaddy, we have Domain King, we have Bluehost. So these are some of the popular companies that sell domains. So again, you can choose to go international and buy a domain from GoDaddy, for example, or you can say, okay, I'm going to go local. Maybe in terms of getting support, it would be easier, and maybe choose those that are within Kenya. All right, that is the second step. Okay, that is the first step, sorry. So, and then now you have your domain, so it's already secure. What do you do next? Now you create your website, yeah? So, in the past, I know we always thought that creating a website is complicated. I have to know how to code, I have to do programming, but nowadays it's easy to create a website using templates, yeah? So you just go to a site, for example, like Wix, yeah? So Wix will help you to create a website even with minimal coding skills. Yeah. So you just go there, play around with colors, play around with font, play around with templates, and you're able to create a website for your business. Yeah. So again, of course, you have to think about the layout for your website. So in terms of how many pages do you want? Do you want to list basically what do you want on the website? Yeah. Do you want to integrate it, for example, with a chat box where you're able to chat with your customers online? Do you want it to have e-commerce? So you could say, okay, I don't want to list my products on Jumia. I want to sell them from my own website. You could have e-commerce integrated. Yeah. All right. So these are examples again of platforms that you can use to create your website. We have Wix, we have Google Site. So with Google Site, you can use, for example, something like the Google Business Profile to create a business site for your company. And then, like I did mention, so we have templates that you can customize so that it looks in brand with your company. All right. Again, all this, by the way, it takes research. It takes you creating time to go out there and do your research, try out things, play around with the templates. Yeah. And then step number 3 is to actually now get content. Yeah. So I think this is where I would want to mention. In terms of now you getting content, make sure that the content that you're going to be uploading, it's not look at it this way, it's not meant for you, it's meant for your customers. Yeah. So ideally your content should be answering a question that someone is going to come looking for an answer. Yeah. So when we go to Google, we usually have problems that we need solutions for. So it could be, I'm looking to purchase something, I'm looking to find information about a particular subject. So make sure that your website has those answers. Yeah. So it could be in terms of text, it could be in terms of images, it could be in terms of maybe blog articles, but basically make sure that you have good content and relevant content. Yeah. So again, when you're uploading content, make sure that at the same time you're helping your customers understand what your business is all about. So that is in terms of your products, in terms of your services, and even the faces behind the company. For example, you might want to share your team. Yeah. Or maybe you might want to share your story, like how did your company get to start. Yeah. Because again, with all these, people are able to understand you, they're able to understand you, they're able to understand your products and what you do. All right. So this is a tool that is going to be marketing your company. So you don't want to have shallow information, you don't want to have you don't want it to be basically it's not clear on what you do. Yeah. So this is your marketing, so this is your TV space, let me call it like that. So if you're today submitting an advert to a local television, you would want to give it your best. Yeah. You would want to have the quality videos. Yeah. So the same case for your website. So please make sure that it's something that is good, that something that is going to capture people's attention. Yeah. All right. So when it comes now to creating content for your website, please again, like I said, prioritize your audience. This website is not made for you. Yeah, it's made for your customers. So make it easy that they are going to resonate with it. Yeah. So think about their needs first. So in terms of experience, how is the experience going to be? In terms of layout, do you have too many bold colors? Do you have some weird font styles that are not readable? What is, for example, how are your buttons arranged? Are they overlapping? Again, remember we said that majority of the users use mobile phones. Yeah. So from their experience, how is it going to be? So is it a website that they can't see things? Yeah. So they have images that are not loading. The website is too heavy. Yeah. So think of it. think about your customers' needs first. Yeah. So again, make sure that you try to frame your content in a way that it focuses on how you're going to solve their problems. Like I said, we are all going to the internet, for example, to look for something. Yeah. So make sure that whatever you do, you're going to give them a good experience. Yeah. Again, of course, research on your competitors. What are they doing? Yeah. So it's always good to look at a couple of websites, look what maybe you can borrow. Yeah, like how have they presented their content, for example, what is their layout? Yeah, what are some of the unique features that they have on their website that you can borrow? Yeah, so that again, you're able to come back and say, okay, Mimi, this is how uniquely I'm able to serve my customers, and then you're able to portray that on your website. Yeah. Again, remember the importance of content. Like I said, it's what makes people stick to your website. So if you don't have any content, there is nothing that is answering my question, then I'll not stick around on your website. Yeah. And then the most important bit is doing SEO for your website. Yeah. So what is SEO? So this is search engine optimization. So it's basically you increasing your chances of ranking in the search engine results when people, for example, go on Google, which is a search engine. Yeah. So how are you ranking in terms of compared to all the other businesses that are in your industry? How are you ranking? So one way to do that is making sure that you have optimized your website. Yeah. So what do I mean by optimizing? One, I have mentioned about content. So please make sure that you have content that is, again, like I said, search engine worthy. So what do I mean? So make sure that you are straight to the point. Yeah, make sure that it's readable. Make sure that at the end of it all, someone is going to get an answer for what they were looking for. Yeah. Another thing that you can do, make sure that in your content you have utilized keywords that people use to search for your product or your services. So what are keywords? You see how we go on Google and we search, for example, for let me get an example. Bluetooth earphones. Yeah. So I'm looking to purchase Bluetooth earphones. So that is my key phrase. So in this case, it's key phrase, a group of words. Yeah. So Bluetooth earphones prices or Bluetooth earphones in Nairobi. So in my website, for example, if I am a business owner who sells this kind of earphones, in my website, I would make sure that I capture these keywords in my content. Yeah. So I can say, get the best Bluetooth earphones in Nairobi. Yeah. So what that means is that when Google is crawling through the million of websites that it has, your website stands a chance of ranking on the first page because you have that keyword in your content, because this is the answer this person is looking for. Yeah. So that is one. Another thing, make sure that your websites are mobile friendly. Yeah. So what that means, let me just go back there. Again, what that means is that your website experience in terms of like how long does it take to load. Yeah, because remember this, the recommended speed is anything below 5 seconds. So if your website is going to take more than 5 seconds to load, most likely I'll have bounced out. Yeah. So again, remember guys, we are all mobile users and we have this experience. So if you go to your website and it's taking long, you think about your data and then you're like, this is taking too long, I bounce off. So make sure that your website is not heavy. So there are ways that you can reduce your file size. For example, you can reduce your JavaScript files so that they're not too heavy, so that at least it gets to load fast. Again, the thing I mentioned on making sure that you have a good layout, no buttons are overlapping, they're clickable. Actually, you can have buttons that are not clickable, so that's a bad experience. And then again, make sure that your URLs are mobile, are SEO friendly. So what do I mean? So for example, if you have www.company.aboutus, yeah, so make sure it's about us and you don't have about us 123, I don't know, slash hashtag. That is not an SEO friendly URL. So make it straight to the point and clear, no funny characters. All right. Okay, so you can even go above and beyond on your website by making sure that you have integrated some plugins that are going to help you achieve some functionalities. Yeah. So, for example, you can have plugins for e-commerce. Yeah. You can have plugins for integrating email marketing in your website. For example, you can have a code from Mailchimp, so where you're able to integrate it so that you are able, for example, to generate a database of emails, yeah, and then you can integrate multiple payment options. So this is for someone who is having an e-commerce website, yeah. So with a plugin for checkout, you're able to integrate different payment options. For example, there's someone who can pay using M-Pesa. There's someone who would want PayPal. There's someone who would want a Visa card. Yeah. So again, I said it's all about your customer. So anything that is going to make the journey easy and to make the experience excellent, you do it. Yeah. Again, like I mentioned, you can have a plugin for SEO. So what this does is that it will keep giving you recommendations and tips on how you can improve your ranking. Yeah. All right. So these are some of the uh, platforms that you can download these plugins. So for example, for e-commerce, we have WooCommerce. This is quite actually a popular plugin. So you can just go and download it and integrate it in your website. Again, it's for making sure that people are able to buy or sell actually on your website. Yeah, we have another one called WP e-commerce. We have easy digital downloads. So some of these might be on WordPress, others not. So you can just do your research and see which one you can integrate. All right, again, let's take advantage of technology. So technology is here to make sure that we work smart and not hard. All right. Okay. So I did mention about making your website mobile friendly. So let's look at some statistics. So 2.4 billion people will shop online worldwide by 2021. I think this is already true. And then 21 million shoppers across Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenya. Wow, that's a huge number. Yeah. So if you're not online, you're missing out. Again, 50% of consumers shop more online on mobile than in store. Yeah. You see, what happens, I might not necessarily click an item and purchase it at the moment, yeah, but I'll do my research on mobile phone. For example, I'll go to Jumia. I have done this myself. So I've gone to Jumia, I've done my research, I've compared prices, and then I've left Jumia, I've gone to Kilimall, I've done my research, I've compared prices, and then I've gone a step ahead and picked the details, for example, of a particular business that have listed their products there. So I want to see the product myself because I am a Kenyan. I can get, for example, where Pamela is coming from. Maybe she's not used to trusting people. So I understand that. So I've gone ahead and taken that contact, and then I call the business owner, right? And then I'm able now to have a conversation with them and possibly even visit. But my journey started on the phone, yeah, because it made it easier. For example, if I want to, the case I was giving, I'm trying to purchase Bluetooth earphones. It might be hard for me to go around in town, entering all shops, yeah, like how much are you selling this? How much are you selling this? Yeah. So it might be hard, but from the comfort of my phone, I'm able to do that research. Yeah. So I'm able to log into Jumia, look at the prices there, look at the businesses there, and then I go to Gigi, and then I go to Facebook, and then I go to Instagram. So of course, even me shopping, it's online. So only that I have gone a step further, maybe to go physically to the shop. But even without even maybe me going to the shop, I would have made the purchase there. So that is why I'm saying it's very important that we get some sort of any online presence for our businesses. All right. Okay. So we did say that we should make sure that our websites are mobile friendly. So here's a link that my moderator is going to be sharing with you. So to check if your site is mobile friendly. So for those of us who are here and we have websites, please, I want us to take a minute and do this. So I think Elia, you can share the link there. So I want us to go right now. Please take a minute and do this. Is your website mobile friendly? So test my site. So you're just going to go there and put your URL, and then it will tell you if your website is mobile friendly. All right. I want to see whose website is mobile friendly. If not, then you have work to do and you know what you need to do. So I've mentioned different things that you can look when you're getting your website mobile friendly. Make sure that the layout is the same as how it is on your laptop, yeah? And then again, remember, we have different types of fonts, yeah? So make sure that your website is responsive enough. So if I use maybe what inch? A 5-inch phone, yeah. If I use a tablet, if I use what are the sizes, yeah, you know the sizes for mobile phones. So your website should be responsive enough. So what that means is that it adapts to different screen sizes, yeah. So I want us to do that again. In terms of getting it mobile friendly, make sure that your content is readable, make sure that your menu appears, make sure that your images fit, yeah. Make sure that it doesn't fill the whole screen, even one can't read, yeah. So I'm waiting to see your responses. Who has done that? So the Cluster Foundation is saying, unfortunately, ours is currently down. Wow. Sorry to hear about that, but I think that's something that you should look into, because as long as it's on the internet, it's there, yeah. So if someone clicks on it and then once they get to the website, they're told, unfortunately, the site can't be reached, that's already a bad experience. They won't come back, yeah. So make sure you get it up. All right, so let me see if I can share that link here as well. So who wants to give me their website, and then I can share here? Who wants to give me their website? Who wants to give me their website, and then we can see if it's mobile friendly? We do it together. Let me see. Anyone who has a website that is live? Mm-hmm. Anyone? I'm waiting to see. Feel free to share, and then we can do it online. Even if it's not mobile friendly, at least you'll have known, and that's the first step to improving, yeah. Who wants to give me their website? Pamela, do you have a website? You can put it on the chat. Joki, I see we have Joki, we have Judy. Who has a website? Nelson, Javan. I wanted us to do it practically. So my moderator has shared the link there, yeah? So you just go here, there, and key in your domain. So I see no one has shared. Does this mean we don't have website? I hope not. And if so, I think from this training now you'll get to appreciate the importance of having one. Yeah. All right. So the Cluster Foundation. Sorry, I'm calling you by that name. This is what I can see. We just need to renew the subscription, or hopefully by COB. Okay, okay. That is a domain or hosting, but hopefully you get to do that. Eric, you're saying I have shared something wrong. I have shared mine. You have. I can't see it here. Francis Ndongu is saying I did already. What was the score? Shaziam is saying I scored 0 out of 100. Wow. Okay. Did I do something wrong? Maybe you could share your website here, Shazam, and then we can look at it. Shazam, you can put your website here. Oh, Njoki is your name. Okay, got it. Eric, I have shared. Eric, we still can't see it. Can you guys see it? I can't see it from my end. Shazam, you can share yours. We see how the results are. But 0 out of 100, that is a bad score. Yeah. So, but I think now you know what you need to do. So go back, possibly have a chat with your developer. So ask them, do you have, there is a code that you can put, yeah? There's a code that you can put on your website so that it's responsive, yeah? So I explained responsive means that it's adapting to every screen. So adapting to every screen so that I shared my website, but it's not showing. Okay, I think we're having a challenge sharing the links here. Okay, maybe let me just give an example of a random website. So let me stop sharing this particular screen. So let me share a different screen and we do it together. All right. So can you see my screen? Let me just confirm if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Just confirm if you can see my screen. Elia, can you see my screen? Yes, okay. So I'm going to randomly pick a website and then we come here and test it. Yeah. Uh, so I'm going to pick randomly. So you pick the URL and then you put it here. So where it says enter your domain, and then we see. So I see people have done this. So Julia is saying no. No means you don't have a website. Rachel is saying, oh, you are responding to whether you can see my screen. Okay, okay. So Pamela says mine says it's slow. Eric says I scored 20 out of 100. So clearly we have work to do. Yeah. So let's wait as this finishes. All right, so you can see this is the report for this particular website, yeah? So it says rating slow, yeah? So your mobile page speed is 4.9 seconds. That is on a 4G connection, yeah? So again, it's telling you how you can increase your speed, yeah? And then it tells you that improving your load time by 0.1 seconds can boost conversion rates by 8%. Wow, imagine just a difference of zero point 0.1 seconds. It can really make a difference. Yeah. And then you see with this, it even gives you recommendation on what you can do. Yeah. So make sure that you do this for your website for those of us who haven't, so that you can see some of the recommendations that they're giving. Yeah. So it shows you like how it appears on a mobile phone screen. So again, this is so important. So if you want to get a full report, I think you have to sign up, but at least now you know where to start. Yeah. So make sure you look at these, come look at some of the fixes that you can do. So it will tell you what you need to improve on. Yeah. So if I need to get this report, like I said, I'll have to put my email, so that now they can email a list of recommendations that I can do, so that my website gets better. All right, so this is a challenge to you guys. So after this, please go ahead and do this for your website. Yeah, and even if you don't have a website, now with this in mind, when you're having a chat with your developer in terms of the kind of website that you want, you're able to tell them, and please make sure my website is mobile friendly, because this is a testing site by Google, and if Google can see that your website is slow, then it means you really have to make sure that you get that sorted. So when you're having that chat with them, just tell them, this is how I want my website to be, and this is how maybe you can improve it. Yeah. All right, so this brings us to the end of our training for the day, our session for the day. I hope that we have learned something. So let me just go back to my slides. So I'm just going to be again highlighting on the bootcamp. Yeah, the bootcamp academy that we have from Google. So make sure, guys, that you take advantage of this. It's a 5-day training, so you can imagine how much you can cover in 5 days. Yeah, so make sure you sign up for that. Make sure that you tell your friend, tell your team to join, so that you're able to get this information and this knowledge. I always say that the first step to improving anything, whether it's on our lives, that is personal lives, or maybe our businesses, is taking any opportunity that comes, for example, in learning. Yeah, so let's take advantage of this. So again, let me mention another site here. So Learn Digital with Google. So this platform, again, it has so many courses on digital marketing, on Google Business Profile. Again, it's free, so you just go there, sign up, take a course, do an exam, and you're even awarded certificate. Yeah. And then lastly, please find us on our social media here. All right. So if you want to interact with us, or maybe you want to see some of the topics that we'll be covering, so find us on Facebook, that is Digital Skills for Africa. Find us on Twitter, and lastly on Instagram. All right. So again, thank you so much for finding time to join. Unless someone has a question, let me just quickly look at the chat. Pamela is saying yes. Yes, meaning that you have tested your website. I hope so. I have put, okay. All right. So, guys, like I said, this is our homework for the day. So, for those of us who have websites, please let's go and test how our websites are in terms of speed, in terms of the experience, and we are able to get a report on what we can improve on. So this is recommendations that Google is going to be giving you. So they're quite important. All right. So I don't think that I can see any question here. All right, so I think my moderator is going to share a feedback form. All right, so let us know what you think about this session. Has it been impactful for your business? Have you learned something? Yeah, so Ellie is going to share that. But from my side, I think I've had a good session with you. Thank you for interacting with me on the chat. Thank you for sharing your experiences and making sure that we are able to engage. All right, so enjoy the rest of your evening. And again, thank you so much for joining. All right, bye.